this week's episode, we go out shooting in mid-afternoon and visit a trailhead I've never been to. This is pure spontaneity, with exploration and an open mind at the foreground. Let's go. Have you ever had those moments where you just want to grab your camera and go? That desire to be outdoors in nature, a camera by your side, and an unplanned destination. And yet, it's often too late in the afternoon, or you let unfavorable light hold you down. Well, it is possible to photograph a landscape during the afternoon. While not preferred, it shouldn't be a deterrent if you're feeling wanderlust and creative. Here are some key factors to consider. A harsh overhead sun makes it extremely difficult to capture good light, but a mid-afternoon sun lower to the horizon just might work, especially if there are plenty of clouds diffusing the sun's light. In fact, if you have an overcast day, that makes for prime conditions to photograph waterfalls. So it's a good habit to check the forecast and plan accordingly. But today, I merely looked out my window and saw a mix of blue skies and cotton white clouds. I grabbed my camera, jumped in the Jeep, and found a trail to explore. Good afternoon. Today we are at Speary Falls. I believe this is somewhere in Woodbridge. Decided to go out for a mid-afternoon shoot. That doesn't help swallow on bugs either while you're trying to record. Good afternoon. And so we're going to do a mid-afternoon shoot today. And that's actually what this whole video will be about. Now, as landscape photographers, it's pretty unusual to be going out in the middle of the afternoon to photograph. However, I do want to just point out that it is doable under certain conditions. Well, as a friend of mine has taught me many years ago, to go deeper. And that's what we're going to do today. Going deeper entails pushing yourself to seek better compositions, to find hidden subjects, to not be content until you know you've worked a scene, or have discovered elements within a scene that at first wasn't noticeable. As I continued my hike, I kept a keen eye and an open ear to my environment. I began to tune in to sounds drawing nearer from Sargent River. Being my first time in these woodlands, I was excited about what I might discover and photograph. I could now see the river below as the trail merges closer. I can faintly make out what lies below, but it was calling me. I believe I found my spot. Now this is a moment of solitude. Here in the woods, just enjoying these moments alone. Beautiful sounds of the brook. And just taking it all in. Finding my composition. My sun coming through, diffused. Part of me just wants to sit here for a while and not even touch my camera. Just in a state of peace right now. I am watching my son. We'll shift through the trees, and we'll continue to observe while we enjoy. And when the light is right, we'll make some more images. Till then, it's all about enjoying this moment. Taking it all in. It's the little moments. Okay, so now we are going to go ahead and, and put on the beast. So this guy is probably the biggest lens cap I've ever seen. This is to my my Nikkor 1424 for my Z lens, and inside this bad boy, some nice circular polarizer, and I also have a 3-stop on here as well. So we're going to play with this a little on the 14-24 and see if we can get creative with these exposures here. But first, let's see a little dust on this guy. So we're going to put that down, open up our wrap here, and actually, hope I have my blower in here. I carry a mini one on me. Yes. So this guy comes in very handy right here. And we're just going to sit here and get some of the dust off it if we can. That should be perfect. Close to it. And now we'll take our brush here, and we will go ahead and just wipe it down really quick. Any particles that didn't get removed or static, hopefully we can get them off this way. That should do it. I don't see any smears or anything on the glass, so I think we're just gonna take our chances with that. Anything that I missed will just get in post, although I dread that. Alright, let's get to work. Okay, so now I have my circular polarizer on the 14-24, and as we spin this, watch what happens to the water here. So we can take that glare right off the water. Pretty powerful stuff. This is what we're looking for here. As you can see here, that's quite a glare. So we're going to try to cut some of that down, and if I want to directly see through the water, pull out some rocks, do that, or if I want to bring a little of the light in, depending on what I'm looking for, I can try something like that. This little interesting cascade, if you will, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to play with it, but I'm going to make a few photographs before moving on. It is raining, and not sure how much further I can go before the rain starts to increase. Let's sit up, take a few shots before moving on.